welcome. My name is Trisha Miller. I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and stick around. I have a lot of awesome things to show you guys today. I want to walk you through our dinner plan for the week. I like to show just different options to give you guys some ideas. If there are recipes I can link for you for those dinners, I'll throw those in the description box for you. I also want to talk to you about healthy swaps that I do so that I'm still making just one dinner for our whole family, but I'm still able to meet my health goals without making 5 different dinners every single night. So I'll show you that to give you some new ideas and inspiration. I also want to show you our family grocery haul for the week. We're a larger family, we have 3 kids, so I'll share that with you to hopefully give you some ideas, some inspiration, things like that. I want to show you my healthy meal prep for the week. That is the main part of this video. The easiest way for me as a busy mom of 3 kids to keep my health goals is to do a meal prep every single week. It doesn't take very long. It makes me feel healthier, happier. I am just the best version of myself when I have those healthy meal prep options for the week. Life is unpredictable, especially if you have kids. So knowing that I have those choices for me already ready to go makes life so much easier. So I will share that with you, and I'm gonna be sharing my healthy meal preps much more in the new year. So definitely hit that subscribe button if that's something you're interested in. And also, most importantly, I have a giveaway going on right now. So I'll quickly run you through that. All you have to do to enter my giveaway, and my giveaway is just simply to say thank you to all of my subscribers for all of the support you have given me for my first year as a YouTuber. I'm giving away $100 cash. All you have to do is make sure you're subscribed to my channel, watch all my videos in January, and leave a comment on the videos. That's it. And I will link all of that information in the video description box. I will pin it in a comment at the top also, just to make it easy for you to find. All right, let's get started. Let me show you first the dinners for the week to give you some ideas. Okay, let me share all of my dinners for the week with you guys. This board I got from the Target dollar spot pretty recently, and I really like it. I used to write on paper, but I think this one is just a lot better of an option. So let's start with tonight. It's a Sunday when I'm filming this. We are going to have some salmon that I'm gonna cook in the air fryer, some broccoli. The kids and Steven are gonna have some macaroni and cheese. I'm gonna make some mashed cauliflower, and so this is my swap right here, just so I feel like I'm getting some extra veggies in. And then for tomorrow, we're gonna be doing a turkey taco soup. I don't feel like I need to do any swaps there. It is a very healthy soup all by itself. Tuesday, we're doing breakfast for dinner. So the plan there is sausage and eggs, and I'll probably add some avocado to my eggs and some spinach. And then I'll also make some pancakes for the rest of the family to go with that. And then on Wednesday, we're gonna be doing some baked chicken with green beans. Actually, I'm not gonna bake it. I'm gonna do it in the crock pot, and it's a really good recipe. All you do, and I'll write it in the video description box for you, but you take chicken breasts and green beans, and you can also cut up some potatoes and put it in there, and you do a French onion seasoning packet on top of that. So good, so flavorful. Liam really wanted mashed potatoes though, so I'm going to do the potatoes separately, and I will probably just do the chicken and the green beans, and then I'll make a salad on the side for me. Thursday leftovers, we always incorporate a leftovers day. And then Friday is pizza roll night. We like to do something fun like that on a Friday night. This, I just use a refrigerator pizza crust. We do some turkey pepperoni. I add some veggies to part of it for me. And then I also like to do a salad on the side with that. So hopefully that gives you some ideas for your family. I know we are all struggling to just get creative with those family dinners that everybody will eat. If you want to see what those dinners look like after I make them, head on over to my Instagram account at Miller Family Vibes. I will link it for you in the video description box. I'll show you each dinner this week so you can see those. And also let me know if you want to see another healthy family dinner video coming up soon. Okay, let's go through all of these groceries for the week. Just our typical bread. These are just snacks for Steven and the kids. They like pretzels, tortilla chips with salsa. Veggie straws is always a favorite. These are for snacks to take to school. The kids really requested some mini muffins. We typically go healthier with school snacks, but they're about to go back after winter break, so I thought this might be a nice little transition compromise to get them back settled into the school routine. Here is our dessert for them at night. Our kids really love some dessert after dinner, so we let them choose between, typically it's Rice Krispie treats or this, or if I've made a treat that week, it's something like that. These are my snacks. Have you had the Bobo's brand? Oh my gosh, clearly I am obsessed. I've actually never tried these. My good friend Rhea told me about these. So I typically get either the strawberry ones or the apple pie ones. And then I wanted to just kind of load up to have them to try. I'm gonna do a different one each day this week. So these are new ones that I haven't tried yet. I like this because as my kids are also transitioning, you know, used to having a million snacks during winter break, I'm also transitioning into the new year and trying to break some unhealthy habits, get back into the routine. And so I thought this would be a good snack for me to have because I look forward to it. It's pretty decent with the stats as far as the health. I'll show you one of them. So 140 calories. It even has 2 grams of protein in it. I'm not gonna be able to get that to focus, I apologize, but the Bobos are they're a good brand. I really, really enjoy them. So those are my snacks for the week. We've got some Raisin Bran for everybody for breakfast. And then here's dinner tonight, the salmon. Here's the mashed cauli. This is my favorite one. It's the Bird's Eye brand, and I like the sour cream and chive. They have a couple of other flavors that are good as well. Broccoli for dinner tonight, and then here's all the ingredients for me to make my side salads this week. I love just doing the mini cucumbers, some cherry tomatoes, and a spring mix, and I usually do a balsamic vinaigrette dressing. I add some pumpkin seeds to it, different things like that, just to kind of bulk it up a little bit. Here's all of our ingredients for our taco soup. I do a lean ground turkey, so it's a little bit healthier. And then we have our chicken, green beans, and potato dinner that we're doing later this week. Breakfast for dinner. This is our family's favorite sausage. It's the Applegate brand, and it's the chicken and maple breakfast sausage. Here is when we're doing our pizza rolls. I like to do the thin crust pizza dough from Pillsbury. They substituted my pizza sauce. I really like the Rayo's pizza sauce, but they were out of it, so we'll try that one this week. And I do turkey pepperoni to make it a little healthier, the part skim milk, mozzarella, and then I add extra veggies to my part of it. And then we're getting into my meal prep stuff. So we're gonna be making some stuff with frozen fruit today. I needed some extra ground turkey for mine. And we'll talk about all the wonderful stuff we're gonna make. I'm gonna be doing my wellness shots, so I needed some ginger and some fresh lemon. And then we have everybody's milk except me. Here's my milk. Steven likes to do half and half in his coffee. Lots of iced coffee. We don't need to talk about that. And then the typical lunch meat, like lunch meat right here, and the lunch cheese. And I like to just stock up on these. These are just easy last minute dinner options for me. They're not spicy at all. I actually don't like spicy food, and this is really, really good. We needed some tortillas, and then just my favorite brand of sparkling water. All right, I'm gonna get this put away really quickly, and then we'll get started with our meal prep. Okay, groceries are put away. I laid out all of my ingredients and meal prep containers for us. I like to do that because then it saves a lot of time as we're going. So let me talk to you about what my mindset is when I'm planning my meal prep each week. First and foremost, I want to look forward to it. So I need it to be something that I'm craving, something that I know is going to taste good. I aim for high in protein so that I know it's going to fill me up. I try to shop in season so that I'm getting some healthy, fresh produce each time. I try to switch it up. I try to be creative. A lot of the times for my lunches, I aim for a protein with a grain, with a vegetable. So I kind of have a formula that I stick with, but I try to switch that up so that it doesn't get monotonous. I don't get sick of it. And I always plan for 4 days. And that way, by day 4, if I'm kind of tired of what I've been eating, I'll put it in the freezer. So I know I have at least 3 days where I eat that meal. Usually I eat it for the 4 days, but I try to be realistic. I want you guys to understand that I can't eat the same thing for more than 3 to 4 days a week. And so then halfway through the week is when I'll usually switch it up and do a new meal prep for the rest of the week. My second half of my week is definitely more laid back. It's usually like leftover dinners that I'll have for lunch for the rest of the week. So I'm more strict and like routine with the first half of the week, and then I get a little bit more relaxed with the second half of the week. It's still healthy the second half of the week, but I'm not doing like a true sit down and do all of my meal prep, if that makes sense. So that's the reality of what works for me. I feel good about it. It helps me keep and sustain my healthy choices, especially in the new year. I definitely got off track during the holidays, as most people do. So let's get back on track together. Let's start cooking. Let me walk you through the menu for the week. So for lunch, we're gonna be doing turkey meatballs, turkey barbecue meatballs with some brown rice, some roasted root vegetables. So I'm going to do some Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna do some carrots. That's gonna be the lunch. Then for breakfast, I wanna do some overnight oats that I heat up each morning. So I'm gonna bring you with me tomorrow to show you what it looks like tomorrow morning. But we'll do I'm gonna do vanilla protein overnight oats. We're gonna add some peanut butter to that. I'm gonna add some raisins to it. I just kind of do a hodgepodge of toppings when I go to eat it the next day. So I'll show you that. And then I wanna prep some smoothie jars. I wanna get those ready for the week. I really need to get those nutrients back in my body. Our family was super sick with the flu most of winter break, so I'm starting to finally feel better, and I just wanna replenish my body again, get my immune system back up to where it needs to be. So I'm going to be doing those smoothie jars, and then I'm also gonna make some wellness shots. I wanna do my favorite immunity boosting elderberry wellness shot. So I'll walk you through that process. I don't have a fancy juicer or anything like that. So I will show you how just a normal stay-at-home mom can make some wellness shots and save a lot of money. Because if you go to the grocery store, those wellness shots are $3 to $5 each. All right, let's get started. Okay, we are gonna start with lunch. Here are the meal prep containers that I like to typically use for my lunches. I will link them for you. I will also put in the video description box all of my recipes. This one I'm gonna type out for you because I'm not following an actual recipe. So I will type that out for you. But for our turkey barbecue meatballs, we're gonna need 1 egg. I'm gonna use some plain panko. I want extra lean ground turkey breast. The G. Hughes brand is one that I always come back to for my sauces. So I really like this one for my barbecue sauce. I'm gonna add just a little bit of hemp heart seeds for some extra protein. Seasonings that I'm gonna use, let's go veggies and then I'll show you the seasonings. So I'm gonna do the Brussels sprouts, the carrots that I already told you, and then seasoning for the meatballs and for the vegetables, we're gonna do some garlic salt, pink Himalayan salt. I'm gonna add some minced diced onion to the meatballs, and then some seasoned ground pepper is something I'm gonna be using. And then we have our brown rice. I love the Seeds of Change brand. I use it a lot. All right, let's get the vegetables in the oven and then we'll get started on our meatballs. I usually start with my lunch when I'm meal prepping, or whichever meal is going to take the longest. And since lunch today is going to involve the oven and the air fryer, we're going to start there. So I have the oven preheating right now to 400 degrees. I'm going to cut up my vegetables, get those seasoned, ready to go, cook those, and then we'll move on to our meatballs and get those going in the air fryer. I chose Brussels sprouts and carrots because I love them. They're some of my favorite vegetables. I try to shop in season. So in the summer, I tend to do zucchini and squash and things like that. And then the fall, I do a lot of butternut squash. Sweet potatoes are always usually a staple that I like to do. Green beans, that's another good one. I try to switch up my vegetables so I don't get tired of them, but I do definitely have some favorites that I tend to do more often, and Brussels sprouts is one of them. I love Brussels sprouts. For the carrots, some of them are small enough that I can just put them right on the baking sheet. I'm trying to aim for even sizes with them so that they'll cook relatively around the same amount of time. I am gonna separate my Brussels sprouts and my carrots on the baking sheet. That way, if one cooks faster, I can easily remove it and then finish up on the other half. I like to keep my seasoning and just prep for vegetables pretty simple and usually the same every time. I do avocado oil on them just a little bit, probably about 1/2 tablespoon on each side there. And then I like to do some seasoned pepper, garlic salt, and pink Himalayan salt. Those are pretty much my 3 go-to seasonings for a lot of my cooking. It just gives a lot of good flavor, especially that garlic salt. And I just do a little bit. I don't overly salt anything. I want to keep it healthy and it just tastes so good.
Yeah. Be the girl, but I kinda need a word. Well, I'm into you, and all I know, it's been a long time. I was on the sideline waiting for you. We could go to California or anywhere.
Okay, veggies are in the oven, so now we're gonna move on to our meatballs. I'm not following an exact recipe, but I will type up for you what I am doing so you can follow it. But with meatballs, it's kind of the same formula. You want to do 1 egg with the meat and then some type of breading. So I'm doing panko to keep it a little healthier. You could do whole grain breadcrumbs. And then I just add seasoning to tasting, just things that I like, those typical 3 that I already mentioned, plus some diced onions. And it turned out so good. Okay, my plan for cooking the barbecue turkey meatballs is to put them in the air fryer. So I'm gonna roll them up and I'm gonna put them in parchment paper. I just find these easier. I don't have to clean my air fryer out every single time then. I think I'm gonna have to do 2 batches because I don't want them to mush together as I'm transporting them or putting them in the air fryer. So I'm gonna make them a little bit smaller, spread them out so that they'll cook a little bit faster too. That's a time-saving tip. So we're gonna do 2 rounds of them. I'm gonna set my air fryer for, we'll go 10 minutes and then I'll check the temperature. If you don't have a meat thermometer, I highly recommend getting a digital meat thermometer. It just makes life so much easier. I'm somebody who gets like super stressed that I'm not cooking something well enough and then we're gonna get sick. So then I would tend to overcook it just to be safe. Now that I have my meat thermometer, I have that reassurance and I don't overcook things anymore. I'll show you the one that I use. I love it. I'll link it for you. But let's get these meatballs going. And then the vegetables are in the oven. I'm probably about halfway going to flip them a little bit, see where we're at. Just to warn you, I like my vegetables well done. So yes, if they look a little bit burnt, that's on purpose. That's my preference. So when I do in the video description box the recipe, I'll put the amount of time that I cooked them. If you are somebody who doesn't like your vegetables the way that I like them, just shave some time off of it for yourself. All right, let's get these meatballs ready and keep going. If you wanted to add some more vegetables to this, you could add some shredded carrots or some diced carrots to these meatballs. You could add some diced zucchini. Just remember the zucchini that it holds a lot of water, so you want to squeeze out all that moisture before you add them to the meat. But those are easy ways to incorporate some more vegetables. Also, if you're making these for your family, because this is easily a good dinner recipe as well, and you wanted to kind of do some of those hidden veggies for your kids, just put them in a food processor, get them really, really small, and then add them to the meat. I do that all the time, and nobody knows that there are vegetables in their meatballs, especially when you do spaghetti. It's really hidden because that marinara sauce will just cover that meatball. So just a little tip there, especially for all those parents out there struggling to get their kids to eat vegetables like us. And I'm just adding some barbecue sauce to the top to give it some extra sweet flavor.
As long as I'm with you, I'm alright. And we don't need the drama. We'll find our own nirvana. So run away with me tonight. 'Cause it feels like I'm dreaming when I'm waking up next to you. And my wild heart is beating.
All right, we're gonna check the temperature on these. When you were doing ground turkey, you want an internal temperature of at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit. We were in the 170s, so they were perfect. And so it is time to start assembling these. I am telling you guys, having these lunches ready to go or having dinners ready to go like this during those busy weeknights, it makes such a difference. It makes it so much easier. The stress level for me just goes down so much. If you have never meal prepped before and you're just watching this video because you're curious, I challenge you to try it. Try it for 1 week and see if it makes a positive impact in your life.
Bonnie and Clyde. We could go to California or anywhere you wanna. As long as I'm with you, I'm alright. And we don't need the drama. We'll find our own nirvana. So run away with me tonight. 'Cause it feels like I'm dreaming when I'm waking up next to you. And my wild heart is beating because it's beating next to you. Let's find something better to hold on to. 'Cause we can do anything we want to. And I can't help the feeling that I get when I'm next to you.
Live your life within the moment.
Okay, for our overnight oats, these are the containers that I'm using. I do bamboo lids because the metal lids always get rusty, so I like these, so I'm gonna be doing those. And then for my oats, I'm gonna use the Kodiak protein oats. I got these from Walmart last week. For my protein, I'm gonna do a birthday cake vanilla protein. I buy this off Amazon, I'll link it for you. I like to add raisins because I just love raisins. I do unsweetened vanilla almond milk. For extra nutrients, some chia seeds, some ground flax, and then the next morning, I'm going to microwave and heat up the oatmeal, and then my toppings will be some sliced almonds, just a little bit of the Lily's milk chocolate chips. They're so good. And then just a little bit, probably a teaspoon of Justin's vanilla almond butter, and this will give it some really good flavor. If you find that it's still not sweet enough for you, you can add some maple syrup. I always prefer hot oatmeal in the winter months, and then in the summer, that's when I like to eat it cold as is. So you could go either way with this. You don't have to heat it up in the morning. You could certainly just eat it right out of the jar. It saves you a dish. I do that definitely when it's warmer outside. I love cold oatmeal in the summer. And then just a little tip, if you're going to add the chocolate chips to it, wait and add that after you heat it up, because then they kind of get a little bit melted, a little bit not melted. If you put them in before, then they'll probably melt while you're heating it up. Whatever your preference is, I definitely like to wait on those. And these are so flavorful. I think it really makes a difference for the protein powder that you choose to use. And if you are not a protein powder kind of a person, or you don't need that or want that added protein in there, you don't have to add the added protein powder to that. You could just make these as I have it and just omit the protein powder. I would add a little bit of vanilla to it if you're not going to do a vanilla protein powder. That will give it that nice little vanilla flavor still. You could also, if you like things really, really sweet, add your sweetener of choice, some stevia, whatever you prefer. I thought it was perfectly sweet. Maple syrup is another good one to add to it, but these are just so good. I love overnight oats because you can just literally add whatever you're craving or feeling that week and it will taste good. Okay, it's the next morning and I just microwaved those for 1 minute, and then I added all the toppings that I already showed you guys, and this was so good.
And don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away.
Okay, now we're gonna get our smoothie jars prepped. So I will fill these up with all the ingredients for my smoothie except the water, and then I'll put them in the freezer, and each day I'll just take it out, pour it in my blender, add a cup of water, and we're good to go. So those are the containers I like to use for that. We're gonna put some spinach in them, lots of frozen berries. So dark sweet cherries, make sure you get the pitted ones, strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, and then I like to add some green spirulina powder for some extra nutrients. All right, let's get these made. I forgot to mention this with the overnight oats, but when I am preparing anything in a jar, I always do it on top of a towel. I'm kind of a messy cook, so I tend to drop things, and so this is nice because you can prep them. If you need to wipe the jars off because you spilled something on the outside, you already have the towel ready to go, and then anything that you drop in the process is on the towel, so then I typically just fold the towel up, dump it out in the sink, and then it's ready to go upstairs to be washed. And don't be intimidated by the spirulina powder if it's something that you have never used before. I started using it because we have high cholesterol in our family, and so it definitely helps reduce cholesterol levels from my own research, helps with blood pressure, blood sugar levels, all those different things. So definitely do your research, ask your doctor. I really like using it. It also makes the smoothies this really pretty green color. So if you ever see people with these bright green smoothies, that's probably because they put spirulina powder in it. But definitely do some research, check it out. I will link the one that I like to buy. Again, these are my own opinions, but I really enjoy it. All right, the last thing we need to make are our immunity boosting wellness shots. I like to use these glass jars that I got off of Amazon. We need some blueberries. I use frozen blueberries, a little bit of cucumber, some lemon, and some fresh ginger root. And then we're gonna blend it up in my NutriBullet. can't just pour these straight into the walnut shots. I mean, you could, but then it's gonna be pulpy and grainy and just not taste very good. So you want that smooth liquid consistency so you can kind of drink it down really quickly. And so all I do is I just take a bowl. I have this mesh strainer and I'm gonna put it on top of the bowl. I'm gonna pour everything in here. It takes about 30 seconds and it'll kind of, all the liquid will go to the bottom, all the pulp will stay at the top. I'll take a spatula and just kind of shift it around and that'll get all of the juice at the bottom. And then to pour it into my jars, I use a funnel. And here's my jar and I just stick this on top and I just pour it in. Simple, quick, and a lot less expensive than buying them on your own at the grocery store.
Cool, like a deceiver. I masquerade that soon will be over.
I make more of these because my husband Steven will also drink them every single day with me. So once we get through 4 days each, I'll remake them. And I try to do my immunity boosting elderberry ones for the first half of the week, or like part of the week. That's the purple ones. And then I'll make a green one for the other half of the week. So then I feel like we're kind of covering all of our bases each week. The kids are always wanting to try them, but it's almost like liquid gold for us because, you know, it takes a little bit of time to make them. We want to have every drop of them because they're so good. And when we've let the kids try them, they don't like them because I think it has the ginger that's like more, I think it's not spicy. If you've never had ginger before, it's just, it has a tang. It certainly leaves an impact on you when you're having it, not in a bad way, but the kids are just not used to that. And so I'm always tempted to do just a family meal plan. Let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be interested in. And thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this gave you some new ideas and inspiration for your own healthy recipes at home. If you liked today's video and you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget about my $100 giveaway, so leave a comment on this video, and I will see you guys next time.